Hey, what's up my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and today I'm going to share with you day 2 of my Rythmia plant medicine experience. So last night I had my second ceremony, as I mentioned in the previous video, and it was like the first time, very different than I expected, yet again similar to night 1. I can now see it was exactly what I needed to see. It was the next step. In fact, the owner, Jerry, he was explaining that sometimes we go into the ceremony with a certain intention or a question. And he said that the whole idea is that many times our question it's sort of a little ways away, meaning like for us to really shed light on what we're asking, there might be many little layers we have to peel through in order to get to that question. And I feel that's kind of what's been transpiring for me. I have a goal, which is to really come into more, just a noticeably more harmony with my true core self, less inhibited by my conditioned emotional dysfunction and patterns that tend to hold me back from living my best life. But it's not a cut and dry experience what I'm gathering, and there's different layers that need to be kind of seen and understood and felt and expressed and released in order for me to get to that eventual end. But so far I'm feeling fantastic, and I'll get into the video now and share with you some more of the specifics. I'm going to talk about the different preparations I did this time around that I believe made a bit of a positive difference. I'll talk about the experience itself, the setting. There were some new shamans, it was kind of different, and then also I'll get into like how I feel now, how I feel today. All right, see you inside. The prep work. Real quick, I'll tell you about the different preparatory work I did to kind of enhance my experience, all available and suggested from the Rythmia staff. But the first one I thought was awesome was a plant medicine integration meeting, where all the people who participated, at least the ones who wanted to join, kind of gathered up and talked to the owner Jerry about their experience, and he was able to kind of shed light and explain some of the things. And one of the fascinating things that I saw was just how different everyone's experience was. There are people who felt really nothing. They call it a nada. There are people who did intense, deep, like wretched emotional purging. Other people, I was talking to this guy, he had like a picture-perfect experience. He was seeing sacred geometry and flying around in the cosmos, leaving his body, getting downloads of what his life purpose is. Talking to God is the way he put it, just like a total spiritual ecstasy and bliss, and he had this glow about him. Me, I had kind of an intense awareness of who I'd become and my own faults. So it was fascinating to see that. It does seem to go, as they say, that the medicine kind of knows where you're at in your life and gives you what you need at that stage, and it seems like people were kind of getting that. And so it was really neat because I felt kind of raw, as I mentioned, after my first experience. I felt like a lot of wounds were just opened up. And I went there just kind of for my own support, but I felt like there's a sense of community when you do this with other people, and there are people who are having a harder time than me. There are, again, people who are frustrated that they appeared nothing happened. Other people were doing awesome. So it was just really, it made me feel kind of comfortable, and it just gave me more information. The owner was able to kind of emphasize on certain key points, like the ideal mindset to have, which essentially is to just kind of let go and allow and accept and do not resist, and just trust that the medicine will show you what you need to be shown. And that's kind of the mindset I have when I go in. And even though, yes, the 2 days ago was tough, I was able to maintain that state of allowance. So anyways, that was very helpful, the meeting. Another thing I did was a pretty cool mud bath, I don't know what it's called, but you basically take this volcanic ash, I believe, and you rub it all over your body until you're looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Commando, and it's supposed to really help kind of open up your pores, and I don't know exactly what it does, but I did their whole little spa sequence, which was the steam room, the mud thing, and then the different, like the contrast hot tubs, and man, I felt amazing. My skin looked good, and I really went in. Another thing I did real quick is I had a much lighter diet. I really ate really light, pure vegan foods, high vibration foods like fruit, a lot of fruits, and they have amazing fruits and vegetables, and a little bit of this like rice concoction, very mild on my stomach, so I could be more in the fasted state. So the combination of those things, really helped me go in with a lot of excitement and confidence, and I just felt really clean in my body. So now I'll go ahead and get into the setting. The setting was a little bit different, very similar to the last one. The only difference really was the different shamans. There was these 2 male shamans and one of the female shamans from the night before. And every single shaman I've seen is a total freaking badass, a real, genuine healer. They have all of them have had this calm, nurturing, yet strong presences about themselves, where they're able to kind of command the crowd going through this craziness, and at the same time just really allowing a safe freedom of going through what you need to go through. There was a girl last night having a really tough time, and the shamans were coming around and rubbing their back, and I could hear them talking to her very softly, and they were just being there with her. It was so awesome, man. They do such a phenomenal job, because it's a very serious thing people are going through, confronting aspects of themselves in a kind of accelerated way that are tough to look at. It's not easy for some people, a lot of people, and they just really, it just helps so much. So the setting was amazing. My experience, I'll talk about that now. My experience was different. There was a different theme. It wasn't so shocking and intense as I mentioned the first time. It was more having to do with, the first night was more of like my past and my roots, family, my early childhood, how it's played into my character. Today was more about where I am now, who I have become in the now. What is my role now, my purpose? So, I know what it is, but I've been kind of denying it, not denying it, but resisting and being just apprehensive, like afraid to just step into who I really deep down know I'm supposed to be. And so I've been kind of constricting my self-expression and tripping myself up. And the whole message was like, you are that. Look around, look at the evidence. Don't listen to the doubt, don't listen to the fear. It's not true. Just be who you already know you are. So it was, I believe, it was kind of a milder experience. It didn't have to get all super intense for me to glean that message, but I felt like that was the whole theme of the evening. And it kind of culminated with me and my friend Aaron. He's over there like dancing in the water over there in the ocean, and we kind of like, you're not really supposed to do it too much, but we kind of like got up a little bit early when we were kind of coming down, and we kind of went outside and talked, and I felt like we really had a conversation that seemed in alignment with our experience, like it was part of the experience. It was like meant for us to have that talk, which really helped just confirm what I already kind of mentioned. So it was very positive, a little bit social, you know. We had just a phenomenal talk. It was so fun sitting out there talking and staring up at the stars and just feeling like the buzz of the medicine. It was badass, man. Really just awesome. Very positive experience. I have my suspicion, with all that said, the third night, tonight, is supposed to be the more potent of all. Like a really, like, I think they call it more of a masculine version of the plant medicine. And I feel like it's, I'm pretty firm now in knowing who I am. And now it's about kind of reconnecting with myself in a more full way. That's kind of the second intention, to reconnect. The way they describe it is, they describe it as when we're younger, we have experiences that are so penetrating to our fragile young vessel and open, you know, our open innocence, essentially, you know, just many different things. Some people are getting abused, and just all the different, like, intrusive aspects of life to our open self can cause us to kind of like separate and armor ourselves, because we were never taught how to allow challenges to kind of come and go through us. So it was just so new to us, into our innocence. Anyway, so a lot of us, the way the theory is that we're kind of split off. We become overly identified with this armored, on guard character, and the medicine is trying to break down that armor by shedding light, revealing the truth of who we actually are, which is not the armored character, it is the soul. So the whole theme of this middle portion of the ceremonies is to remerge with our soul, and I feel like that I feel like I'm on course for that. But at the same time, with that said, I've been completely wrong every night as far as my suspicion of what it's going to be about. So I'm going to go in there as humble and open and willing as I possibly can, because so far it's already been an incredibly transformative and uplifting experience. Lastly, now that my sunglasses broke, good timing, the clouds have rolled over. I have a brief window here where I can talk to you guys. I'll talk about how I'm feeling now. In spite of, just like last time, in spite of having such little sleep, in fact, last night I probably fell asleep, if I had to guess, around 2-ish, 2:30, and I woke up at like 7:45, 8. So I haven't gotten nearly a full night's sleep, but like a lot of other people who are kind of going through this, at the same time, even though I can sense my body's a little bit tired and sleepy, I feel really good, because I feel like I'm doing a lot of inner transformation. And just to my own perception, it feels like in releasing these layers and becoming more in alignment with the truth of who I am, it's more like, it allows more of my natural vitality to kind of flow through me. And I feel like that, even with the lack of sleep, is giving me a different kind of energy. So I feel very good. I'm having an amazing time, not only for myself, but it's very special and beautiful to see so many people with the courage to face themselves in the way that I'm seeing. Everyone here they're here for different reasons, and it really seems like everyone in their own way is getting what they came for. It's just really neat. A lot of people, I think 85% of the people who came here, they've never done the plant medicine, so they're brand new, including myself. And it's just really, it's interesting to see how it's positively affecting people. I feel very good about this place. I can see what it's doing. It's a really profound thing that they have here. So anyway, so far I feel very awesome, man. As you can see, very blessed. And I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Look forward to tomorrow's video, which will be the day after the day 3 experience, which is today. And again, it's supposed to be the most powerful one of all of the 4. And we'll see what I have to share tomorrow. Have an amazing day, my friends. Thank you for watching. Namaste.